Hello YouTube, it's Amy, and this vlog is going to be a little bit more focused than some of my other vlogs. This one is going to be talking about placements, university placements, and it's also going to be talking about the importance of social media in work. For those of you that don't know, I'm currently on a work placement as part of my university degree. I'm currently studying a food nutrition and wellbeing degree at a university called Harper Adams. It's in Shropshire, so it's quite a way away from Norwich. I love it here. My mum grew up here, so I know the area. So basically, I have a year out as part of my university degree. I've done 2 years. I've got a year of work, and then I go back for my final year, do my dissertation, do all of that. I applied for a job, I did interviews, it was a long, hard process, but I finally got a job and I just couldn't be happier. It just goes to show that, you know, all of the hardship along the way led me here, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. So basically a placement, mine's a year placement. It's a job. It's just a job, and it's a more no yeah it is a job. It's a job, and I am so glad that I picked a university degree that had a placement. Working is completely different to anything you've experienced before. I've spent my whole life, apart from being a child, obviously, I've spent my whole life in school since I was 4. Since playgroup, I've had a regimented structure to my life. I've always had school terms and things like that, and I've always had summers off. You have summers off. I've always had summers off. It's summer. It's summer. You always have it. It's summer. That's just how you know life. And then you start full-time work. There's no more summer. No. Enjoy it while it lasts, guys. But I must say, loving work, loving the whole working for a living thing. Some people might say it's a bit naive, like I haven't had years of work grinding me down and making me hate it, but that's not what work should be. What's that quote? If you do a job that you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life, or something like that. I love my job at the moment, so yeah, it'd be nice to do that one day. Never work a day in my life while working. Yeah. So yes, I'm on this placement. I'm working for a great company in Norfolk, as you know. Because it's a small company, and you have to think about this if and when you're choosing a placement or a job, that the kind of job that you go for will completely change the experience that you have. An example, I went to a careers kind of meeting event thing. Shh, my heat is very noisy, I apologise, but it's keeping me warm, so I'm not turning it off. We got to talk to loads of people in loads of different companies, and we got to talk to people that like freelance. We got to talk to people in large companies like Waitrose, and I think there was a Sainsbury's person, something. And then you got to talk to smaller companies, and you get completely different experiences from all of them. If you work for a big company, you're more likely to be put into a sector, and you'll be given your specific job role. So you will be given product developer or marketing or I don't know, big scary boss man job, if you're lucky. But compared to being in a smaller company, I'm in a smaller company, you get a lot of scope. You get, if you're not the kind of person that likes that, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you're a person that likes to be given their role and to work towards it and work towards specific things, and that is you, that is what you do, and that's what you enjoy doing. I mean, if that's what you enjoy doing, do it. But if you want more of a range of experience, working for a small company is great. Let's think of it as like a pie chart. Say there's only 3 people in the company. You've got a third of that circle. that's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility and jobs to do and things like that. And yeah, compared to a larger company that say that pie. See, you can tell that I'm a food student, but that pie is divided into. First of all, it's divided into quarters because there's the 4 sectors, and then in those 4 sectors, each of them has 10 people, and then in those 10 people, they each have 20 people under their control. Managingness. You can tell I'm not doing an English degree. But you're going to get a lot less of that circle, but you're going to get a more focused segment. You might get more fruit or more pastry. You might get loads of each, but in reality, when there's more people, the job roles they're shared out more. But in a small company, you are such an integral part of that. You make up quite a nice section of that, and as part of that, you're generally given a lot of responsibility and a lot of different jobs to play around with and experience and things like that. It's exciting. Sometimes it's nerve-wracking because you are given responsibility, but it makes you grow so much. I mean, okay, before I started at this job, and it'll sound really bad, but I couldn't talk on the phone. Now you might think that I'm exaggerating, but I could not talk on the phone. Someone just called up and I just didn't want to answer, and if I did answer, I was just awkward on it, and it was not nice. I did not enjoy talking on the phone. I'd never had to do any important phone calls, so when I was flung into this job and told to call up all their stockists, just fear, just. But now I can talk on the phone to anyone. It's great. Last year, not even last year, like 6 months ago, I couldn't do that. And it sounds a bit pathetic. I mean, there's other things that are great accomplishments, but for me, that was a really important milestone. And because I had that experience on placement, now I can do that. I can call up people now. I can have important conversations. I don't mind picking up the phone and answering the phone. And I can actually talk quite well. Honest. I can have a conversation. And it's things like that. And I'm given responsibility. I really designed a website. And I designed products. And I do all of these things that in a larger company I would never get the chance to. And you get to know them all. I mean, how many people in Tesco or I can't think of any other big companies know everyone in the team? Not everyone knows everyone in those companies. But I go to work and I know everyone there. Every single person. I know how their weekend's been. It's nice. You make each other cups of tea. Even better. But it's just a nice experience. Hopefully it'll grow. I think it will grow. I think it's going to get quite big. And hopefully that'll be with my help. It's nice seeing products that you've made by hand just being sold right there and then, and seeing a new stockist that you got. It's exciting. It's thrilling. And knowing that you had such a key part in that, it's really great. And what's fantastic about placement is that you have this experience before you've even left university. As soon as you finish this job, I don't want to leave. You go straight back to university, you finish off your degree, and then you have a year's experience, full-time work, in something that is targeted at your degree, that you want to do, something that actually will help you get a job afterwards. You have that experience. That's fantastic. That is such a step up from the competition. It's brilliant. And you've got past all your little things like talking on the phone and, I don't know, learning how to speak to customers, learning how to do sales, learning how to actually develop a product, learning teamwork. I mean, some people don't know how to work in a team, but when you've worked on placement, you know how to work on a team. You know how to work by yourself. You know how to use your initiative. You learn all these like skills and things like that you take with you to your next job. And of course, having that on your CV, that's just that's it's brilliant. Oh, placements are so good. If you have the opportunity, do a placement. I was also going to talk about how important social media is in jobs, especially small companies. Again, personal experience. But in a small company, social media is just such like a key aspect. You start off a company, or you start off an idea, and you go straight to the consumer. You go straight to the customer. And you get your name out there. You just like spread the word as much as you can, and it's free. It's free advertising. I mean, advertising's great, you know. We all love being interrupted on YouTube videos by adverts, don't we? But going straight to the consumer, having the customer actually ask you questions, and you being able to tell them things and keep them updated what's going on in the company and all the products you're doing and what you're doing, keeping your name on their screen. In today's society, people spend so much time on the internet, but things like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, hello, you're watching me right now on YouTube, that is social media. I could talk to you about anything right now and you would hear it. I could tell you something. You could then comment on this video, tell me something in the comments. I could reply to that, and it just keeps it going. If you did this in business, it's fantastic. And things like blogs, by keeping your audience updated with blogs, you're constantly keeping them interested, and they see something new on your feed and they click on it and they get directed straight back to your website. I have a blog for the company. I accidentally do product placement when I'm just talking to people, but that gets them thinking, and I could put a recipe on there and that would direct them back to the online buying page, and they could purchase a product or find out where it's sold. It's just so good, people. It's so good. Photos and videos and just words that you just tell people whatever you want. This is going to be a very long vlog, but you know, I'm just so passionate about this. But yeah, social media placements, that is fantastic. I mean, I have my own Twitter for the company. I can say within reason, but I can say whatever I want. And it goes straight to the consumer. People follow me. People want to know what I'm doing. I can tell them what we're doing. Just keep people interested. It's just such a good opportunity, and it's free. You can tell people where you're going to be, if you're going to be at a market, if you're going to be selling at a new stockist. In business, you can use social media to actually get in touch with stockists and shops and delis and restaurants, everyone that could potentially buy your product. It just keeps everyone in the loop, and again, free. It's invaluable. There's just nothing else I can say. Because I've been on this placement, I've actually got to experience that firsthand. I've actually got to use social media, something that I've grown up basically with, that I've built my own skills with. You can keep everyone linked. You could say something, you could compliment someone and use an @ sign and a hashtag on the location, and that could easily get new customers in. They could accidentally stumble upon your Twitter, be curious, go onto your website, find out about you. Social media is so good. I love social media. I will leave you in peace now, because I think I've told you everything that I could possibly think of saying. And I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check my Twitter. See, you never thought that all those hours on Facebook and Twitter and writing blogs and on YouTube, all those hours on YouTube could actually be useful. There you go. See, now you don't feel so bad about watching this. So yes, until next time. Bye.